we go again. Here we go again. Here we go. Yeah. Remember the story about the 17 inches? How can you forget, right? How can you forget? If you have the manual, or if you have the book, you've got the story about the 17 inches. Just as a reminder, you know, the baseball coach goes to a convention, has home plate around his neck, and basically gives a speech about people who try to stretch home plate. And if you guys remember the story, he is like, how big is home plate in the major leagues? And the crowd yells out, 17 inches. How big is home plate in minor leagues? The crowd reads out, 17 inches. How big is home plate in little leagues? 17 inches. The whole point being that even if the pitcher can't pitch over the 17-inch target, they don't stretch home plate. They don't make it 22 inches. They don't make it 28 inches. It's always 17 inches no matter what. If you can't make it, too bad. Keep practicing, I suppose. So that's the point of not stretching home plate, the standard. So today, because we know that story already, I want to teach you about the standards. Not just about stretching home plate. That's easy to say. Don't stretch home plate. Okay, great, Raven. I know not to stretch home plate, but what aren't we stretching? What are the items that we're not stretching, that we're not willing to stretch home plate? What would be stretching home plate? And that is what I want to talk to you today. I'm going to call this the standards. I'm going to start with number 10. Standard number 10. Take a long view of every situation to make the best decision. Take a long view of every situation to make the best decision. What does that mean, and why would that be a standard? If it's a standard of yours to react to things that happen to you, that is stretching home plate. Because the true standard is to take a long view of everything that ever happens to you and make the best decision based on rational thinking, not emotional thinking. So we respond, we don't react. And if we get in the habit of, our standard is to react to things. Something bad happens and all of a sudden, boom, you're reacting, you're emotional, you're in an emotional state, you're charged up. This is stretching home plate. Because the standard is we take a long view. That means we look at the whole entire chessboard. We don't just look at the pawn in front of us and go, I'm going to attack that pawn. But you are not attacking diagonally, so you can't take that pawn out. You're going to take a long view of every situation to make the best decision. And just like when we play chess. See, I think life is a game. Life's a game. It can be a game of shooting ladders, or it can be a game of chess. I prefer the game of chess. To think several moves ahead. And that means to think several moves ahead of your emotions too. Not to allow your emotions to get the best of you, and for you to really consider the possibility of something happening. You go this way, that makes this happen. If that makes that happen, that will make this happen. So what's the long view? What's the long game? This is very important, yes? Okay, so standard number 10, take the long view of every situation to make the best decision in your life. If you just follow that standard, your life will be better. Number 9, respect the opinions of others, even if you disagree. I completely disagree with a lot of things these days. I disagree with so many things that would make me completely insensitive to other people's opinions. But I can disagree and still be respectful. Okay? I could go on a tirade right now of all the things that is happening in this world and young people doing things and being things and all kinds of stuff that would just be completely insensitive and disrespectful to those people. So I'm not going to do it. I can disagree, but still respect the opinions of others. See, because there are things, there are two sides of every coin. There's my side of the coin and there's your side of the coin. And we've had the discussion before. If I was to pull out one of the coins here and ask you what's on the side of this coin, can you guys all see that? Can you see that? It's what?
What do you mean, like the
What's on that side?
I can't see from
I
this
think it's
distance.
the face.
No, certainly not.
Tail.
Huh?
Tail.
Silver.
No, it is silver. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. No, it's not a head.
I don't feel like getting up and you getting closer to it. Sorry.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you're suggesting it's a head, or somebody is, but it's certainly not a head.
Coin.
It is a coin.
Got him.
That is a coin for sure. But on your side, it's not the same as my side. So I can argue with you if you were up close enough to see what's on this coin, and you said, "Well, Raven, it's a head," and I'm like, I'm looking at this back side, which is some kind of building and a bridge. And you're like, what are you talking about, a building and a bridge? No, it's not, it's a head. I'm like, no, it's a building and a bridge. No, it's not, it's a head. What's wrong with you? Are you a moron? I'm looking at it right here. It's a building and a bridge. Why can't you get with it? Do I got to spell everything out for you? It's a building and a bridge. And you're like, Raven, you're ridiculous, dude. It's a freaking head. And we can argue all day long who's right, but we're both right. It's both our view. Bye. It's both our view.
Or that's like something I was taught before about you're looking at a certain number and one person saying it's a 6 and the other person saying it's a 9.
The same thing, right? Same idea. That's a 6. No, it's not. It's a 9. What's wrong with you, man? Where did you go to school? It's clearly a 6.
No, it's a 9.
Come on, stop it. You're being ridiculous. Then we can start calling each other names. Well, you're stupid. No, you're the one that's stupid. You're the one that says it's a 9, not a 6. Well, the truth is, it's both, right? It's both. It's both a head and a building. And the truth is in the middle somewhere. That you're both right from your own perspective. So we have to respect the opinions of others. We can disagree. I may disagree that it's not a head, it's a building and a bridge, but you don't have to agree with me either. But I can respect the fact that you're looking at a head. Make sense? Right? Very important to live our lives that way. Standard number 8, have empathy by putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Take a moment to be empathetic. Remember, they're looking at their perspective, their side of the coin. Could it just be that they're really seeing that side? Could you put yourself in their shoes? Could you listen to them and let him describe the head that's on that coin? I hear what you're saying. I understand that you're seeing a head that has some weird wig on his head. You know, big face, head, just a head, no body, which to me is crazy. Why wouldn't it have a body? It's just a face? Wow, that's interesting. And how do you feel about that? You know, I could I'd take a moment to empathize. I could take a moment to put myself in their shoes. Right? What's the big deal? So number 8, have empathy by putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Standard number 7, have the utmost and highest integrity. Have the utmost and highest integrity. If that is your standard, your life is going to be amazing. Even when it's failing and it's and it's having a hard time, if your standard, and you won't stretch home plate, is to have the utmost and highest of integrity, your life is going to be so much better than most people's lives. Why do you think that is?
Not dealing with that stress of the like lying or going around or mixing the truth, or because anytime that, you know, in my past at least, I always felt like that regret feeling, or like just like that hiding feeling.
Yeah. You're hiding something deep inside you don't want other people to see. But if what you do in the dark is what you do in the light, and you're exposed, you're one of the most powerful people in the room. If your level of integrity is so powerful, so deep, so ingrained into your very core, you have really nothing to worry about. Ingrain your integrity into your core. Have the utmost and highest standards and integrity. That means when it's your turn to pay for dinner, you don't try to run out. You're like, you know, I know this guy, man. He's a pretty famous guy, actually. He never pays for dinner, ever. He'll call you up and like, hey, why don't we go out to dinner? You take him out to dinner, and he like, the check comes, he goes to the bathroom.
It's like later. I wonder does he have a wife?
He has a wife.
How did that happen?
She pays. She pays. Yeah. I'm not saying he's got the highest integrity. I would say he's one of the lowest integrities of people that I know. But he never pays. I wonder if he'll watch this video. You're like, certainly he's not talking about me. Never. Well, I'm not even mentioning any names. But he doesn't have the highest of integrities, man. You know, when it's your turn to do the dishes, you do the dishes. When it's your turn to mow the lawn, you mow the lawn. When someone drops a $100 bill, you don't pocket it, you give it back to them. You know, when it's your turn to sell, to be in a sales position, you become an honest salesman. You know, sell the real deal, keep it real. When it's your turn to help somebody and they ask for it, you help. So, number 7, to have the utmost and highest integrity. And don't stretch that plate. Number 6, be honest in everything you do. 100% keep it real. Keep it real. We have a whole entire lesson on keep it real. It's my motto. I'd tattoo it on me if I thought it would look cool. Keep it real. Maybe I'll put it in Japanese. Keep it real. Like I just said, the most honest person, the person that has nothing to hide, is the most powerful person in the room, without question. So what am I worried about? If I'm the most honest person, what am I worried about? We go, well, let me see your phone. And I'm going, please don't click on that whatever button, who knows? You know, I don't want you to see this conversation. I don't want you to see that app. I don't want you to see this photos. Yeah, oh God. Here, let me look through your photos. You know, be honest. Keep it real. And by the way, if you have bad photos on there, like, well, I want to let you know, man, I took a picture of my big hairy butt, and it's right here. So, you know, if you want to see that photo, you know, look at my phone. But you might not want to. I even got a smile back there. I'm blind as a bat, but I can still see the smile from back here. Just keep it real. Be honest. By the way, don't lie to yourself either. Keep it real with yourself. And we have a habit of lying to ourselves. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to other people. Don't lie about what you're doing. Don't lie about the things that you get, the results that you have. This is our keep it real principle. Standard number 5, be a leader, never a follower. And always do your best. That's another one of my sayings here at the dojo. We teach people to be leaders, not followers, and how to always be their best selves. Be a leader. What is that? I've already told you my favorite story about General Patton. What other examples is there of a leader? Pretty powerful people on the planet. They've done some pretty incredible things. They've made some intense decisions and sacrifices. Ronald Reagan. The Cold War, Russia was building up their nuclear arms. Ronald Reagan had a choice. He could have done what Jimmy Carter did and take the more feminine approach, more feminine energy, and be more receptive, and allowed Russia to kind of dominate their position out of a place of fear. He didn't do that. He decided to take the male energy, which is more aggressive, more forward, more domineering himself. And he said, oh, I see your nuclear missiles. Here's 5 of them. Oh, I see your 5 nuclear missiles. Here's 10 more. And Ronald Reagan continued to build up the nuclear arsenal of the United States of America, so much so that it bankrupted it bankrupted Russia, the USSR at the time. He took an aggressive approach. That was leadership. A lot of people at the time were saying, oh, Reagan is going to get us into a war. He's going to kill us all. We all thought maybe there was going to be a nuclear war any given time. We're also in a similar boat today, aren't we, though? Russia's building up their nuclear and threatening nuclear stuff. And, well, we're taking a different approach today than we did then.
Different time in the world, I guess, right?
Different time in the world. We're taking more of a feminine energy type of approach at this time. It is what it is. So we are different ways of different leadership. So we have to have strong, clear, and concise leadership. How do we do that? We do that through our other parts of our standards, right? Like if you don't have good integrity, you're not going to be able to make the best decision as a leader. If you're not honest, you're not going to make a good decision. If you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to make a good decision as a leader. If you don't respect the opinions of your advisors and other people, you're not going to make a good leader. If you don't take the long view of things and you respond emotionally, you're not going to make a good leader. So all of these things point to good leadership. You know, how to always be a leader. Never a follower. Never a follower. And always to be your best. Standard number 4, be on a lifelong quest of education. Be on a lifelong quest for education. Never stop learning. Never. While you're here on this planet, don't be stagnant. Human beings are meant to evolve, expand. Your energy is meant to expand and grow. It doesn't stay the same. Can never stay the same. Remember I said, if you're the same person in 3 months as you are right now, you're doing something wrong. It's your energy needs to expand. It needs to grow. It needs to flow. It needs to be on the go.
There you go.
So you're always expanding your lifelong quest to educate yourself. And that could mean schooling. It could mean life experience. It could mean doing new things that you've never done before. It could be making mistakes in life, failing in life. These are lessons. This is education. It could be where you are right now. You may have already fallen down. You might be flat on your back right now, trying to figure out how the hell do I get back up from here. But that verbiage, that language, just described it. Figuring out how in the hell do I get up from here? The figuring out is the lesson. It's the education. How do I get up from here? Well, how do you get up from here? Rock forward. Distribute your weight. Push off the ground. One step at a time. A lifelong quest to learn who you are It's a lifelong quest. It's a journey. Life is a journey. And that journey is the wonderful part. You know, it's not about when you get the diploma. It's about the learning while you're making the diploma. I've learned that through the martial arts. You know, I just did my Krav Maga test. I just passed. It was a grueling test. About 5, 6, 7 hours, closer to 7 hours. And it was, you know, all day long. It was difficult. And now I have the diploma. It's a beautiful diploma. I love it. I cherish it. I worked hard for it. But it was the working hard for it part is the part that I never want to forget. I mean, it's on my wall. It looks great on my wall, but eventually I'm going to walk by it and I'm not even going to look at it. It's not the diploma. It's all of that learning from the time I started the journey to the time I finished that journey. That's what the important part is. So be on a lifelong quest for education. If you're not yet enrolled in some kind of trade or some kind of skill or some kind of schooling, look to get enrolled. If you're not presently working on something, pick up a book at least. You should read at least minimum of 4 master level books a year. A minimum of 4 master level books per year.
Master level meaning like
Master your life.
master. Okay.
Master your okay.
Master your life.
What does that have to do with master level?
Well, because I could pick up a Heathcliff novel, and I would have gained not much, just killing time. I could pick up a wonderful romance novel, not a lot of life lessons in that. I could pick up a great sci-fi book. It doesn't make it a master level book. Master level books change your life in some way. Example, master level book, maybe like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Anthony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. Ooh, a title like Awaken the Giant Within.
Or like that one you gave me, the purpose-driven life. That's another one.
Purpose-driven life. Yep.
Mastery of self. That was a good one.
Mastery of Self. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Giant style book. Yeah. So master level book. You should read 4 of those a year minimum. Stay on the path to educate yourself. Standard number 3, give honor and respect to others always. Honor and respect. There's no need to talk down to somebody. There's no need to look down on somebody. We're all on our own path, and it's neither good nor bad, by the way. I believe that you chose this path for yourself, and I chose the path I'm on for myself. We need to learn something. I think we may have come down here to be in school. I'm under the assumption and under the belief that we're here for some kind of lesson here in life. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know, maybe it's as good of a theory as any, but maybe you were sitting up there in the great cosmos, the force of the force, and you go, I think I'm going to send my energy down and become a human being. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's totally off base, but nobody knows either, so no one can say, no, that's not right. Actually, a white bearded guy said, human being, poof, maybe. But this white bearded guy is saying, I don't know, I think maybe you chose this path for yourself because you had a lesson to learn. That's what I would like to believe. And if that's the truth, let's just pretend it's the truth. If that's the truth, then it's neither good nor bad. So why would I look down on someone who's having struggles? One way or the other, I always practice my favorite holiday of the year.
Christmas?
No! And actually today it is that holiday. I thought about closing the dojo today, but I decided not against it. Today is non-judgment day. And the great thing about non-judgment day is that it's non-judgment day until it's judgment day. And I'm not, who am I to judge? I'm a white-bearded guy, but I'm not that white-bearded guy. So it's the wonderful Buddhist holiday of non-judgment day today. And I would recommend that you practice it as well as I do. So, standard number 3, give honor and respect to others always. All life is precious. None can be replaced. Yours cannot be replaced. The dumb cows. Life cannot be replaced.
Those cursed beings.
Those cursed cows. Maybe one day you were a cow. Maybe your energy was a cow. I don't know. And from my Buddhist perspective,
One day you'll be my brother.
yeah, one day you might be moving around. I don't know. From my Buddhist perspective, it's possible. Some of you are Christian. You may not have the same perspective. That's okay. It's my side of the coin. It's all good, man. I respect your side too. By the way, it's non-judgment day, so whatever. Standard number 2, serve others when the opportunity arrives. Be of service to others, but only if you're asked. Don't do it if you're not asked, because they won't appreciate it and they don't want it. But if they ask you, be of service to others. Make time in your schedule to be of service to someone. Look for opportunities to serve others. It'll change your life if you just give back. I know Dave Ramsey recommends donations. Well, it doesn't have to be money. It can be time. You can invest time. I like to go to the elderly home across the street over there to help clean the windows. We've done that several times. Actually, some of you guys have done that. Clean the windows. I like making opportunities to pick up trash from the park, from different trails. With the opportunity to serve others, it'll change your life. Number 1, standard, earn respect. Become a trusted and positive influence in your community. Earn respect. Become a trusted and positive influence in your community. Wow. What does that mean? Earn people's respect. Let's start there. That means your word is your law. That means you say it, you do it. That means you do a good job at whatever you do. It could be work ethic, for example. Like this room in here that some of you are working on. I expect a good job. I expect your word to be your law. I expect you to put your name, signature on the room, right? Or anything that you do. It could be mowing the lawn, doing the laundry, washing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen, picking up after yourself, cleaning your rooms, washing your car, washing someone else's car, getting a job, and maybe you're flipping burgers at McDonald's, but that's the best darn burger flipper that you can be. I went to the drive-thru to get a sweet tea yesterday. Aiden has given up soda, so he's now drinking teas. So I went there to get a sweet tea. And you know what the person at the counter, and I've sworn off McDonald's, by the way. I go there for drinks, coffees, and that's about it. But this greeter, and I went there, he went, "Welcome back to McDonald's! How can I help you?" And I was like, "Hello?" That was, I'm definitely awake now, thank you. And I mean, I could just feel the energy through the thing. He's like, "Hello, welcome back to McDonald's." And the speaker was like rattling, shh. It was so loud, I was like, dang. I was like, I can't wait to see what this dude looks like, man. This is a guy who's embraced his job, man. He's like, he's all about it. I get to the window, he's like, how's it going? That's gonna be $2.95. Yeah. I was like, let me give you my money, please. Take it. He's like, wow, it's a little cold for an iced tea out here tonight, don't you think? And I was like, well, it's not for me. He's like, okay, I got a heater. I mean, he just started chatting, going on and on and on. I didn't want to leave. I was like, this is the best damn waiter I've ever gotten across.
Especially at McDonald's.
At McDonald's, I know. In the middle of the night, I was like, man, this dude is on point. I wanted to call the manager over, like, give this dude a raise. I mean, he earned my respect. He earned my respect. And then I got to the other side of the window. Different story. Different story. She was like, I was like, hi, how you doing? Because then I'm charged up. Hi, how's it going? Didn't even say anything to me. And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this person speaks English. It didn't say nothing. And I got all my drink and I'm like, thank you so very much. Have a great day. And she's like, shink, and closed the window on me. I was like, what the? Night and day. I wanted to give this guy a raise. I want to fire her. It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, just little things like that, and you become earned your respect. I trusted that guy back there. He could have said, hey, you know what? We're out of ice today. And I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. I guess I'll have tea without ice. I would have trusted him.
The ice cream machine's broken.
Ice cream machine. Come on now. Don't get me all tempted.
No, but it's always broken, pretty much.
How would you know?
Then they can't make milkshakes either.
How would you know?
Because, okay, no, that's what what I'm saying is that it's so often said that they so often tell you, sorry, the ice cream machine's broken. When honestly, like, I've suspected that some of the time it's really not true.
That McDonald's is crazy sometimes. I mean, you go there, it's like, I'm sorry, we are no longer accepting cash. I'm like, what?
Stores.
we can no longer accept your money.
They closed the gate on us. Really?
Yeah. They go up to it like, I'm sorry, we no longer serve food here tonight. We have water and ice only. What would you like?
Literally, like, we were going up to the thing, and it was lunchtime, and we were the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Come in, shut the gate.
Shut the gate.
They said, hey, because they said, correct, they're coming, shut the gate.
Yeah, I don't want. Close it up. Close it up.
I mean,
So I mean, that's not the way to be. That's not the way to earn your trust
Or respect.
or respect in the community. Be a positive influence in your community. The guy at the other end of the McDonald's, hello, welcome back to McDonald's, yeah. And I'm like, right on, dude. I can feel your energy through the drive-through window, you know? Or I'm sorry, the speaker. I mean, the guy is just a greeter at McDonald's. I loved him. I loved him. He was awesome. I mean, positivity. How many of you walk into a place and you see somebody that's super positive, super happy, you know they're not aggressive, and you feel better already? Yeah. I got to train with this one guy one time. I've trained with him several times, but I got to train with this one guy, famous martial arts guy. Drove down to North Carolina to train with him, and he radiated this positive energy. I could not get close enough to him. My student who went with me was joking with me, like, you know what, it's like you were scooting in to try to sit next to this person. I just kept scooting in to try to sit next, scooting in to try to sit next. Because I just felt that positive energy just radiating off this person. It was incredible. Incredible. Oh, hi. We're in timeout. So, yeah. So earn respect as a trusted and positive influence in your community. Earn the respect. So let me go over all 10 of them again for you. The standard. These are my personal standards, and I want you to try to remember them. So when I say we're not stretching home plate, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? Here it is. Number 1, earn respect as a trusted and positive influence in your community. Number 2, serve others when the opportunity arises. When the opportunity arises. That means when they're asking for it, right? Number 3, give honor and respect to others always. Number 4, be on a lifelong quest for education. Lifelong. Number 5, be a leader, never a follower, and always be at your best. By the way, that means when you're not feeling your best too, you still put your best foot forward. You still put on the smile. You still put on your best performance. Randy Rhoads, you know who Randy Rhoads is? Famous guitar player. He played with Ozzy Osbourne. He played with Quiet Riot. Famous guy. He died when he was young in a plane crash. But one time he was playing, he was opening up for Van Halen. And by the way, Eddie Van Halen and Randy Rhoads had this kind of quiet rivalry going on. Eddie Van Halen wasn't signed yet. He was a guitar god. Randy Rhoads wasn't signed yet. He was a guitar god. Who was better, Eddie or Randy? It was this thing in California. Anyway, Randy was opening up for Van Halen, and he had pneumonia. Just deadly sick. Still had to get out there and play like he was the guitar god that he was. So even when you're not feeling your best, you do your best. Okay? What number was I on? Be a leader, not a follower. Yeah. Standard number 6. Be honest in everything you do. Keep it real. Be honest. Remember what I always say, the most powerful person in the room is the person that has nothing to hide. Perfectly honest. Number 7, have the utmost and highest integrity. Number 8, have empathy by putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Be empathetic, guys. Number 9, respect the opinions of others, even if you disagree. That's a big one. I feel like that's a big one. And number 10, last but not least, take the long view of every situation to make the best decision. These are the standards. Pretty simple. So when I'm huffing and puffing, I'm like, we don't stretch home plate. You know what I'm talking about. It's not just about we don't stretch home plate and we don't go out and get pizza off cheat day. It's not we don't stretch home plate and we miss our workout. Or we don't stretch home plate and we don't wash our hair for the day. It's much bigger than that. It is all of those things, but it's bigger than that. Why is it in any of those things? Because of integrity, right? Keep the utmost and highest integrity levels. Of course it's those things. You know, we get nasty when we get into a fight with somebody because we can't control our emotions. We stretched home plate because we didn't take the long view and look at the situation rationally. You know, we act like an asshole because we don't get our way. We're stretching home plate. Or we're trying to, but you can't. You're compromising your standards. You have to earn respect, be trusted, be positive influence in your community. If you're being an ass, you're violating the standards. Does that all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Questions? Let's talk. Let's discuss.